All right, we'll dive into the minutes. Are there any corrections or changes to those that have been proposed? If there's not, is there a motion to approve them as presented?
I'll make the motion, we accept the minutes as presented.
And I second.
Okay. You can't be shy because there's only two of you.
I know.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Fire activity report has been presented here. Where's the pie chart? Am I missing something?
Go down to, underneath my typed report will be your pie.
Okay,
Oh, did you give me that one?
well, that's okay. No, I'm just,
Shows.
that's very good, that
If
visual.
if you look at the pie chart,
Yes.
since you're there, 71% of the runs, there was 232 calls. 71% is emergency rescue, 3% are fire calls. And if you go back up to page 1, there's your breakdown.
Yep,
So in damage, about $3,200 worth, most of it, and this was during the cold time, so you're talking about February. So we got very lucky this year during the winter with structure fires. Shed fire was out at the trailer court on Anchorage Road. That actually did spread to the trailer. Damage to the shed, it was listed as $1,000, and it was about $5,000 in damage actually to the trailer. Semi-tractor truck fire, tire fire, trash fire, dryer fire on North Park Avenue, which was due to lint buildup in the dryer vent line, the hose. Car fire, which was electrical dash fire, and then vegetation and burnt food at Courts of Colfax. EMS assist to other agencies, one to Claypool, traffic accident down in the Claypool area, and we went to Winona Lake to help them with the broken sprinkler system during the freeze. Next page, as you break down on your medical calls by district, you'll see still your downtown districts, the busiest district. Vehicle accidents, 9 of them total. Chemical spill, waste management area was a fuel tank, an above-ground fuel tank that broke loose due to the freeze. The pipe broke. They spread down the road and over to Zimmer Biomet's property and down into the creek. We had great assistance with EPA on that again, and IDEM, some natural gas leaks, some electrical hazards, minor vehicle accidents, and some carbon monoxide alarms. Next page, canceled routes are listed. Fire alarm activations are listed for you. Training hours for February was 735 hours. And then if you go scroll on down, there is your continuation of your breakdowns by call type for you so you can review them.
questions?
Nope.
Okay. Let's move into the expenditures. We'll start with the operating fund. Those expenditures are all listed. Any questions? Doesn't appear to be anything. All right, well, hearing none, let's make sure we're getting down through all this. Oh, I don't see anything.
I didn't see anything.
Is there a motion to approve the expenditures as presented?
I make a motion to approve.
Okay,
Second?
Any further discussions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, let's go to 400 Equipment Replacement Fund. Looks like we got a treadmill, a snow blower.
Parts for the snow blower for Station 3, finished putting them, and that's a delayed bill that came in. We did replace a treadmill, it pretty well burnt up, and that went to Station 2.
All right. Again, doesn't look too in-depth here. Any questions? Is there a motion to approve the expenditures of the Equipment Replacement Fund?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thanks, Aaron. Okay. Let's move into the building fund, and I think we're going to have some discussion here in a minute with regards to that, but doesn't look like any money was spent. We'll go ahead and entertain a motion to approve the report.
I so move.
I second. Sorry.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Moving into new business, we've got the annual maintenance agreement with Sands.
The 13-year-old copier printer at Station 1 finally failed. Shirley and Karen did some research, did some price checking. We're coming to you with a contract for, as you see, it's a $300 a year for a maintenance contract, copier contract for a new copier at Station 1.
All right,
And if you approve this, it'll go to Board of Works this Friday.
is there a motion to approve the maintenance agreement with the copier with Sands?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, looks like we got a maintenance agreement with Cummins. I assume this is the generators?
Yes, this is the, all three generators. Two of them are Warsaw-Wayne Fire Territories, which is Station 1 and Station 2. And the other one is Warsaw PD. We do split this with Warsaw PD, but we handle this part of the contract for them. The price appears, if I remember right, is the same as what it was last year. I don't think there was an increase.
No, I believe it's the same.
It was the same, yeah. We're very pleased with Cummings. They are very, very good. You do not see Station 3s involved in this contract because it's during a year maintenance warranty from them, from the construction. Next year, when the contract comes to you, it'll have all three stations on it plus the PD.
Okay,
Again, if you approve this, then it'll go to the Board of Works this Friday.
questions? Is there a motion to approve?
Make a motion, we approve this.
I second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we'll move on to the travel requests. Just looks like 4 different trainings. Any questions? All right, is there a motion to approve the travel requests as presented?
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. All right, other matters to come before the board.
I do have a walk-in for you, for you to review for next month's meeting. We have, in 2016, 2017, Captain Brubaker, yeah, we'll talk about that. And I finished up what was called the Book of Best Practices, Standard Operating Guidelines. We tasked, because of opening Station 3 and how we're running, we have tasked the battalion chiefs with the project of going through the best practices book. Because these are part of a standard operating guideline and a way we run our department, we're gonna be completing the complete book. It's gonna take over a period of time to do that. As we get these completed, they will come to you for review before they go to the Board of Public Works and Safety. So this is the first section. It talks about command structure, staffing, incident command, how we run incident command, how we staff our apparatus, what we do with mutual aid calls, what we do with staging, and then what we're doing with rapid intervention teams. As you read through this during the next month, if you have questions, we can set up a time for you to talk with the battalion chiefs who have rewrote these, or come to the office and we'll go over them with you. But they will be asked for, they'll be on the agenda for next month for approval.
I know the guys that worked very hard at this. We had some discussions about making sure that the expectations were all down, and with the new fire station, it's important that everybody knew who was on first base with the addition of the third fire station. And I don't mean that where there was disorganization, it just needed to be memorialized in these procedures. So I think the guys got together and spent some time on it, and this is a result of that.
I
So
see.
appreciate the work.
Yeah, and it's going to be a continual process. It'll probably take a couple more months before we can get through it. There's quite a bit involved on it with rewriting of it, and but they are doing a very, very good job at getting it done.
Yeah. So you don't need any action, just
No,
kind of
sir,
a
just wanted to get them to you
introduction.
ahead of time so that we
Yeah.
can bring them. We'll try to get them to you a month ahead so that you have time to ask us independent questions if you need
Will
to.
you put this on board pack next month for the meeting?
Yes, we will.
Okay. All right.
Another item of discussion to bring you up to speed on Station 3. We have had meetings with Martin Riley in reference to what we call a punch list. When a contractor finishes a building, the architect, design engineer, it's their responsibility to go through the building and make sure that it is built exactly as what they designed it to be. There was some things that was found that there are issues with. It's Martin Riley's responsibility to contact the builder, Mosaic, and address those issues. This has happened. There's a letter that we're drafting to go to Mosaic. A copy of it's going to be is up on the mayor's desk. I think he's got a copy of it. That's why you have not seen any more payout. It's because that retainage, there's $50,000 in retainage and about $47,000 that we put in for extra stuff that gets missed. Martin Riley has not released any of those funds to them because there is an issue with small items that have not been completed that is Mosaic's responsibility to complete. So we will keep you in the loop. Your attorney, Mr. Grossnickel, is involved in this, and the mayor's office is involved in this. And once the mayor reviews the letter that has been drafted by Martin Riley, we will present that to the board members. We will get that email to you so that you know what's going on. It's minor issues. It just needs to be finished by building code law. It has to be finished.
Well, and frankly, they haven't been very responsive when they're called.
I'm sorry, I was gonna.
We had the discussion a month ago, if I remember, or 2 months ago. I remember.
And that's what has sparked this letter that has went to the mayor for, we won't send anything out until the attorneys look at it naturally. But it has been a little over a month that we have presented the checklist again, the punch list again. No response back to us. So our city engineer, James, has been involved with it. He's overlooked it to make sure things are right to the law for them. And it's just time that we send him another letter.
Yeah, and we've got the performance bond as a backup hopefully won't have to do that. And by holding the retainage, we're well covered. It's just we'd like to get these things done.
Yes.
So, any comment on the details of what needs to be done?
I could go over the,
I mean, I just thought if there were any.
on the last page of
Yeah.
yours,
Floor drain,
the bathroom, the handicap bathroom, the pitch of the floor was wrong, so the water, when it comes, if it gets out of the shower, goes towards the toilet instead of towards the drain. They didn't fix it, and eventually it would roll right out on the floor. They have, outside work to be done with the stone. The caulking on the stone needs to be redone. That's scheduled to be done as soon as it's warm. There's some, there is a wall that's missing, a area separation wall for, between the heating and the cooling area, between our gear room ceiling and the living area, to keep the moisture from going back up into the attic area, because when the humidity hits this summer, we're gonna have a problem. There's a potential of moisture buildup. So they gotta build a wall up there for that, to separate the quarters area from the gear room area. Because the gear room area, if you remember, where you walk in where the gear hangs, that's all open into the bay. So any heat and humidity that's in the bay is just gonna go right up inside, above the ceilings of the quarters. Couple electrical issues, we're having some electrical problems with the overhead doors failing. Popping breakers out in the equipment bay for the air compressor system for our ventilation off of the trucks. I think once it gets from Mosaic to the subs, the items are gonna be taken care of. I don't feel it's the subcontractor's issue. I think there's just a miscommunication or something's going wrong, and
there
it's
doesn't
not
appear to be
like
anything
there's,
major.
no, it's not like there's major construction issues. It's the
Finishing
minor
up.
little things that just needs to be finished.
Fair enough. So we don't need any action on that? We'll
No,
wait-
sir, it's,
We'll send the letter and wait for we'll wait their response.
yes, sir.
Okay. All right, anybody else? Chief? Yes, sir.
Do you have a timetable on the baby box installation?
I have been contacted by a party that's involved in that. The contractor's been notified. We're waiting on a call from him. Dave, Mayor, what's his name? From right to left.
Coontz.
Dave Kuntz was in and saw me. Dave's picking up the contact information and moving forward with the contractor. Dave went and looked at the wall to see exactly where it was going to be so he could relay that information on. It's just as soon as the contractor gets the time to come. I know it's on his priority from what I understand. And this contractor's one that has installed one before, so it's not, it should be easy for him to do. We're hoping very soon. Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. All right. Got anything to sign, Shirley? Probably the minutes?